Good morning, welcome to Planet Mojo. Izzy and I are out on our walk this morning, and when I get back to the shed, I gotta find some stuff, so I really have no idea what this video is gonna be about. Izzy, come. Izzy, come, bring your stick. No, get your stick. Goofball. I'm not going up there to get it. There you go, big girl. Let Daddy put his glove on. We got 2 inches of snow overnight, and she just loves new snow. She likes the workout it gives her. I like the beauty. I do kind of like the workout. It is awful hard to walk this road. This is about a half-mile walk, quarter-mile each way. And when you got deep snow, it can be pretty difficult. If you can imagine walking a half-mile in the city and nobody shoveled. This year isn't as bad though. In previous years, I guess the worst year, we had about 4 feet of snow on this road here. And that was when we had a different dog. And she was having a real hard time with it. If I threw a stick, I had to make sure I threw it. I wore a groove into the really deep snow, and I had to make sure I threw the stick into that groove, otherwise she would have to jump up onto the snow and she would sink, and it was just kind of a mess. Okay, let's go see if we can find that stuff. Okay. I just came over here to see what Izzy was hitting on. You could see she was standing like right here and sniffing the prints that go through here, but these are old prints. These are real old. I have no idea what the hell she was doing there. Yeah, this is a main deer run here, and the coyotes used to come right through here as well. The coyote den used to be right over the top of this ridge in that old farmer dump. What they did was there was 2 trucks in there, really beat up, and they were like kind of sitting on the side of the bank, and they made dens underneath them. So, but I don't think those coyotes are there anymore. I think they've moved further that way. Okay, let's get over to the shed. Hello, horses. This is, well, she was a foal last year. This is our baby girl, Frankie. She hangs around by big old Mark for protection. She can be sassy with the other horses, and then Mark will protect her. He is such a good horse. Ah, Frankie. She's beginning to become really sweet herself. She was just a little baby before, and now she's coming up on 2 years this summer. She's only 1.5 years. Yeah, they get big so quick. We got a fresh bale yesterday, and I'm gonna guess it's gonna be a little bit less than a week, or maybe a week, before they have that thing gone. Horses really eat a lot. Go ahead. Go ahead, honey. You can roll if you want. No, you leave your stick right there. I'm gonna go check for something, and I will throw it when I'm done. Okay, I am looking for 3 things. Trail camera, which is probably going to be up there, but I just texted my brother-in-law. He might have seen it. They have their stuff, their hunting stuff is over in the back area up there, and that's where that used to be, so maybe he's seen it. I'll have to read my text. I'm looking for some nutrients for a treatment that I'm going to be doing on the wine, and that would be in my wine setup there, my wine kit. And there was one more thing. Oh, that's it, rice hulls. So I need rice hulls, the food for the bacteria treatment that I'm going to do, and my trail cam. Okay, I'll get right back with you. Okay, here's what happened up there. The other day when I was working out here, I cut a piece of this moisture-resistant drywall to finish up the project over there. And I was petting Maisie. I think that video is actually out today. And for some reason, Maisie was just going crazy, running up and down the steps and then doing like a circle down here and running back up. And I left the door open so she could play out here and hunt, get rid of the mice out here. I went up there and everything that could be knocked down was knocked down. She must have went through there and pushed everything down. It was almost impossible to get through there. Couple that with the fact that I was just out in all this blinding snow and my photo gray glasses turned to sunglasses, and I only have one light left working. I got brand new ones here, but they're not in yet. So I'm walking around in the dark there. I got over all the stuff she knocked over, and I was in this back corner, and I'm trying to feel my way around, and I put my hand right on my camera. So I'm going to get this set up down in Spirit Hollow, find out if I got batteries and all that good stuff, and I believe I'm going to get another camera, one that does real good video. So that's cool. Now I just got to go through my wine stuff and see if I got that. This could be a good day. All right, this is what I came up with. I need something they call for Actimil, and what it is a yeast nutrient to get yeast started. This is a nutrient as well. This is not a yeast, it's a bacteria, but I believe this is going to work. I have this to clean the equipment, and they also said to put in a few of the rice hulls. What I'm going to do is restart the malolactic fermentation. It's not technically fermentation at all, it's a reaction. It's malolactic bacteria eating malic acid and then pooping out lactic acid. So basically you're turning malic acid into lactic acid, and lactic acid is kind of like what it sounds like. It has kind of like a buttery taste, and malic acid tastes like the bitterness in apples. So we're going to get rid of that bitterness and turn it into a creamy taste, and hopefully it's going to be some awesome wine. So now that I know I have this stuff, that's going to be the project for today. I'm going to get this taken care of, then my bottles of wine can get out of there. They need to be a bit warmer so that they can go through this reaction. So that's a project for today. I'm going to do a late malolactic fermentation. It's not really a fermentation, but that's what a lot of people call it. I'm going to get that done, and then it wants to be about 70 degrees for that. So I can take them bottles of wine and move them into the house where it's about 70 degrees, and that'll be perfect. I'll have them out of the way too. So let's get this stuff over there and start the conversion. Okay, I printed this up from the internet. Where is it from? Morewine.com. That's what I'm going to use to do this, but I'm also going to read the instructions that come with the malolactic acid. And where is... oh, that's in here. So I will just set up here this this net was in this bucket when I put the other stuff in there. So I figured while I'm mixing up some of this star sand, I may as well just rinse that out as well. Okay, so here's my Go Firm, and I'm going to go by the instructions on this, and this, and I'm going to combine them, and hopefully I get this right. Alright, so I'm going to set up a little work area right here, and for the most part this is just going to be mixing up the ingredients and letting them sit for, I think it's 15 minutes. Then I need to stir the wine really well and flush it with CO2 and then add the bacteria. Okay, this came yesterday and I haven't taken it out of here yet. Ooh, it's in a nice baggie. I'll reuse that. And like the last stuff that I got, it comes with a cold pack. And this is ice cold right now. So I'm going to read these instructions. This, I believe, was for a small batch. Most of the stuff that I've seen was for 66 gallons. And I believe this is for 6 gallons. I only have about 4 gallons, so I'm going to have to do some formulas, and like I said, I'm going to go between this and the other stuff when I can find it, and I'll come up with a plan. Okay, I just read the back of the malolactic bacteria, and it says to just pour this right into the wine, and this says to activate it with some kind of food. I don't know which to go with. And also it has some information on different cultures, but I believe this is the correct one. Up at the top here it has an explanation of what this does, and it's probably a better explanation than the one I gave. These cultures will help reduce high wine acidity by reducing the harsh, sharp malic acid in the wine to a softer and smoother lactic acid, with development of other flavor improvements, including vanilla and buttery notes. So that all sounds really good. Okay, I'm just going to go by the instructions on here. They say to sanitize the package before you open it. So what I'm going to do is mix up some sanitizer in this 5-gallon bucket, and I'm going to sanitize this package, and I'm going to sanitize the CO2 line. And when I take my airlocks off, I'll put those in here as well. Keep everything real sanitized, and then I'll just pour this in and do some stirring. It says to stir on this, but not on this. So it's kind of a blend between the two, but not really. All right, let's mix up some sanitizer. The mixing ratio for the star sand is 1 ounce to 5 gallons. Got a 5-gallon bucket here, but the gradations on this little pour thing right here are 1/4 ounce and a 1/2 ounce. And all I really need is a 1/2 bucket of water. So I have a 1/2 ounce here. And I'm going to pour that into here. And actually, I would add warm water. I guess I will. I'll add warm water to it. I didn't want to warm this up, but I'm going to be pouring it in right away, so I guess warm water will be fine. All right, I'm going to fill this up at the outdoor faucet and get this sterilized, and we'll get to work. All right, about 2.5 gallons of star sand. And I'm just going to wipe off the top of this a bit. Okay, so I'll dump this in there. I don't really need to add all of this. This is 3.5 gallons, and this makes 6 gallons, so I need a little more than half. If I were to introduce the wrong bacteria at this point, it could ruin the wine. And this hose is not going in the wine, even though it could. This Star San is an acid-based cleaner. I'm just blowing any of the excess Star San out of the hose. Okay. Set this down here on top of the paper. And then this. I wish I would have grabbed some more of these while I was over there. But what I'm going to do is just put these down into here, and I'll cap this off once I get the stuff in there, and then get this nice and clean and refill it and then put it back on. That's my plan. But actually I'm going to go get some seal meal. That's what I'm going to cap this off with. I'm going to go get that before I start. Okay, press and seal. I think I said seal meal, which I think is like that vacuum stuff. Probably should have waited with this, but yeah, it should be okay. All right, here we go. Well, I better clean this first. Dipped into the Santa Clean, or Star San. I keep wanting to call this Santa Clean for some reason. I really need a workbench for winemaking. I may have something next year, but maybe not. All right, there we go. Come on. Get that in there. All right, and open this up. Whoopsie. I don't know if you can add too much of this or not. I guess we'll find out. Probably shouldn't have shook that. It's really full. Okay, that's another thing to clean. I can smell that wine, it really smells good. Alright, I am going to seal that up and seal that, oh, wrong way. Now, I'm going to wash those airlocks and then I'll get those on, and then this is going on the heat. The instructions on this malolactic culture says 70 to 75 degrees, so that's what I'm going to do. Okay, got my airlocks. Oh, I have to take some out of there, damn it. Okay, that should do it. I'm going to clean up a little bit and then wrap this up. Okay, here is what I did. I ended up using the rest of the malolactic bacteria in here. I figure it's just bacteria, and I don't think it's going to impart a taste itself. What it's doing is converting malic acid into lactic acid, and then once it's done with that, it's just going to die and sink to the bottom, and that'll be racked away in the end. So I don't think it's going to have any adverse effects, but I guess we're going to find out. Alright, so now this is going to go into malolactic fermentation. That's what they call it, even though it's not really fermenting. It does that for 1 to 3 months. I'm going to say 1 month is going to do it, but I guess we'll just watch to see if we get bubbles. Once this warms up, hopefully we'll see some bubbles here, and I can give it a tiny little taste as well. So we'll go for a month, give it a little test, and if it still has a sour apple taste, I'll let it go longer, up to 3 months. And at the end of 3 months, I'm going to rack this again and age it for, oh geez, at that point it's only going to be about another year. This has already been aging for, I believe, 3 months or 4 months. So at the time that this is done with the malolactic fermentation, it'll be, over a half a year. All right, that's going to wrap this up. I'm going to move this to a warm spot where it's, 75 degree-ish, and I will update you in 1 to 3 months. So if you want to see that, make sure you subscribe and click on the update icon. If you have any questions or comments, make sure you put them in the comment section below. And if you share the video and or give it a like, it helps the channel out greatly. Thanks for watching and have a great day.